And Tori, also start the ticker because I can't find it. Once I announce her, start the ticker, please.
We bless the Lord for you all. We thank you for joining us today for this wonderful session, and we're going to be excited to see Miss Robbie Mathews. And if you've never heard Miss Robbie, you definitely don't want to miss this. So, for all of you all that are tuning in, listen, what's your word, Dr. Marlena? A
We're going
pad?
a pad, a pen, and a friend because we're going out with a bang at this hour. Can I set it up? Can I set it up, Pastor Tori? Let me tell
Go
you,
ahead.
I was down for 2 days. And when I was down for those 2 days, one of the things that I was not worried about was my money and how my bills are going to get paid. And what I realized that we never know when we're going to get sidelined because I was flying high the day before. We were basking in Apostle Randall. He had come and given us a word. And then wouldn't you know, I got attacked with some illness and I was down. But let me tell you, because I set myself up for success with my money, that's the one thing I did not have to worry about. And so we want to set you up for success. So we have a dynamic woman coming before you today. This is actually, see, we do things in threes. So this is our third day of our challenge, and three is the number of completion. So we're gonna give you three dynamic movements today, and this is number two. We don't even want to call it a bonus because this is more than a bonus. It is a way to go out with a bang with your finances. So with no further ado, I'm going to bring this dynamic woman aboard, and she's going to speak to your heart and your wealth.
We educate, empower, elevate, transform your financial DNA, 'cause living wealthy is the key to getting you financially free.
Yo, you gotta change the way you think, the way you act, the way you feel about your money, that's a fact. Time to make your money work for you. No more feeling blue, this is what we do. You are the one in control. Now let's get wealthy once and for all. Your new legacy will prove that you made the right call. Yes, it's true. Now get debt free, let's
We
move.
educate, empower, elevate, transform your financial DNA, 'cause living wealthy is the key to getting you financially free. Yeah, yeah.
Without no further ado, getting you financially free, Ms. Robbie Mathews. Robbie, take it away.
All right. Hello, everyone. Apologize for the way the video was carrying on. Unfortunately, with all this technology, we have to kind of go with the flow with things beyond our control and the lighting and everything. So, but the goal and the focus for me today is to share with you some nuggets to help with your financial transformational journey. And I want to thank Dr. Marlena and Pastor Capitoria for honoring me to be here with you all today. So I want to talk about your money, right? Your relationship with your money, and keeping with the theme, because one of the things we have to understand is that we do have a relationship with our money. It's not just a thing, right? And so what we do is we help you embody principles, because there's principles that would allow you to make better financial decisions. And we have a set of principles called Live Wealthy. And it's each of the letters in the word wealthy represent one of these principles. And the goal of these principles is to transform your financial DNA by changing how you think, act, and feel about your money. And the first principle is W for wealth mindset. It's one of the components needed to develop a wealth mindset is to change how you feel about your money. Do you love your money? Is it a source of pain or pleasure? Does it cause you anxiety or excitement? Wouldn't you just like to love your money and have it love you back? Well, that's what I want to talk to you about today. Your relationship with your money, right? Are you single? Are you divorced? Or are you and your money happily married? And in order to answer these questions, you need to understand why you feel the way you do about your money, right? In my show, Living Wealthy with Robbie, I talk about the numerous factors that drive how you act and how you think about your money, such as your needs and your wants, culture, family, education, retailers, society, personality, and how emotions such as fear, love, anger, and greed are the most powerful drivers of your spending decisions. Just think about that for a few minutes. But let's look at how your feelings or your sentiments about money impact your relationship with it, and that impact that money myths and other influences have on your relationship with your money. Because your relationship with money determines how you treat your money. Just like your relationship with a person determines how you treat them. If you like a person, you will treat them with kindness and respect and love. If you can't stand that person, you will kick them to the curb or maybe kick them in a body part. Am I right? Well, if money makes you feel bad, you will avoid it. If money makes you feel good, you will want more of it. So how do you feel about your money? And how you feel about it also impacts how much you acquire and keep. As humans, we are conditioned to move away from pain towards pleasure. And from a financial perspective, we use money to do that. But how you feel about your money is developed from what we have been told and or what we have experienced. Now let's look at the effect money myths have on our relationship with money. Well, there's a lot of myths we've heard over the years about money, and we may have laughed them off or ignored them, but in reality, these myths have a subconscious impact on your relationship with money over time, especially depending upon who is sharing those myths with you. And I want to discuss two of the most impactful ones to help you understand how they may have defined your relationship with money. The first money myth is money is the root of all evil. Now, we've heard that many times. We hear that all the time, even still today. And in my view, my personal opinion, this is the one that has done the most damage. And it originates from a quote in the Christian Bible and has been misinterpreted for years. But let me say this first. I am not a religious scholar, nor do I have any judgment on any religion. This discussion is limited to how this particular quote, in my opinion, impacts one's relationship with money. While there are different versions, the actual full Bible quote, which is from 1 Timothy 6:10 in the King James Version, states, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." However, as it has been passed on, the full quote has been reduced to money is the root of all evil. In other words, the love of money or wanting money is condemned as a sin. Now, if you grew up in a religious family and went to church and Bible study, this quote may be stuck somewhere in your subconscious. As a result, You may have a tendency to avoid money, to avoid the pain or the many sorrows. You acquire money, but only the amount you need to survive, or you tend to spend it as fast as you get it. You resent or are envious of people that have lots of money because you view them as greedy and therefore will not take the necessary actions to become wealthy for yourself. Are you divorced from your money? You live separate lives. So, with or without the word love, it gives the impression that money in and of itself is evil, when in reality, money is just a tool. You determine how to use it. Think about a hammer. It can be used to keep the cabinet from falling down on your head, meaning it's used for good. Or you can use it to hit somebody in the head and kill them, which is being used for bad. So the bottom line, money is not evil. Money is a tool. When you love money but use people, you are doing wrong. However, when you love the people and use money for good, you are doing good. Money just makes you more of who you really are. So choose to use your money, your wealth for good, right? Now, there's another myth that influences your relationship with money, and that is money can't buy you happiness. So they say. I'm sure you've heard that one too, right? Well, my question to you is, wouldn't you want to find that out for yourself? Okay, if you want to be technical about it, that is true. Happiness is not a tangible item to be purchased in and of itself. But let's define happiness first. Happiness is a sense of well-being, of joy, of contentment, that feeling that comes over you when life is good, and happiness puts a smile on your face. For example, I'm very happy to be here talking to you right now. However, if you change how you think about happiness, money can greatly contribute to your happiness. Just as money can be used for pain avoidance, it can also move you towards pleasurable experiences and things that make you feel happy. So, what makes you happy? Would paying off your mortgage early make you happy? Would paying a full 4-year tuition to any Ivy League college or even a local college for your children make you happy? How about making a large contribution to your favorite religious or charitable organization? Or would being able to retire early, travel the world, and live the lifestyle you desire make you happy, like Michael and I were able to do? But what about not having to create a GoFundMe or pass the hat to bury you or a family member or pay expenses if a disaster strikes? If the 2020 COVID-19 worldwide pandemic was not lessened enough of how important it is for you to at least have emergency financial resources, insurance, and estate plans in place, there isn't much I can teach you. I could continue to list hundreds of happiness causing events. But what they all have in common is they require money to achieve them, money to bring the happiness into your life. Now let's look at it this way. Would you rather be broke and happy? That's an option. Or rich, wealthy, and happily married to your money? It's your choice. You could be divorced and single, fear it as being evil, or you could be happily married and use it for pleasure and bringing happiness into your life. It's your choice. And lastly, I would like to talk about fear and its impact on your relationship with money. Now, from my personal experiences, along with talking with other clients and lots of other women around the world, there is a common problem that we as women share. We have a problem with being wealthy. We are afraid of being wealthy. And as a result, we tend to have a single or separated relationship with our money. And this is primarily due to our culture, family, religious, societal beliefs. And these factors greatly impact how we feel about money. And also, many women I have spoken to are afraid of numbers in general and math in particular. And of course, our educational systems didn't prepare us for managing our personal finances. They only prepared us for business finance management, like accounting and economics and all that, which has made numbers even more complicated in our minds. Also, jobs involving math have been traditionally dominated by men. And although we are, as women, are making, some gains in that area, and through STEM and science and technology and engineering and mathematics, because nothing can stop us when we put our minds and actions to it. But unfortunately, this fear of numbers and math causes us to generally ignore or avoid dealing with our finances. And I'm not singling out women by no means, but I wanted to speak directly to you on this issue, even though it's not gender limited. You must stop feeling guilty or obligated or stupid or not enough or undeserving of having wealth and abundance in your life. Who told you you couldn't have that? Right? Who makes you feel that way? You must stop being afraid. Stop being afraid of money. You must stop equating wealth with greed and sin and lust and harm to others. Yes, yes, there are many people out there that are wealthy and have no regard for other people. But there are also plenty of wealthy people out there serving others. Like Oprah and the Bill Gates, the Warren Buffetts, the Jeff Bezos. Those are the most notables, but there are many, many, many more. So why are you allowing other people's behavior to dictate the behavior you would exhibit if you had the proper resources and funds to make this world and your family a better place? Because being wealthy is what you define for yourself. It's just a number. You determine what that number is that will make you feel comfortable and financially secure in order to take care of your family. We see the celebrities and the millionaires and the billionaires, and we see all the wealth and the yachts and the mansions and the glamorous lifestyles and all of the shiny objects that you may dream of having. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting these things and aspiring to have these things. But there is a process in order to make those things happen, in order for you to get them. They may seem out of reach, but they're not. But the key is you have to understand and define wealth and take the necessary steps to get there. If you can't manage $1,000 a month today, how are you going to manage $1 million a year or even $1 million a month, right? So to be realistic, you must define what wealth means to you and then figure out what your goals are. And if your goal is to have a mansion and to have a yacht, then what are you doing to get that? But if your goal and your dream is just to send your kids to college and to be able to retire comfortably, maybe travel the world, what are you doing to get that? Let's not let having wealth or getting wealthy and living a wealthy lifestyle or full life of abundance get confused with owning a yacht or owning a mansion. It's just wealth at a higher degree. According to some data released by Capgemini in June of this year, 2021, there are over 20 million millionaires and 2,755 billionaires in the world. But think about this. If you had just $1 million, you are in that list. So there are degrees of wealth, but you must stop being afraid of the word wealth and must be willing to embrace and embody that word in order to achieve your financial goals. You must be willing to live wealthy and to transform your financial DNA, to change the way you think, act, and feel about your money, to change your relationship with money, and not be afraid of it, and allow it to bring happiness into your life. And don't think that it's evil or that you're a bad person because you like to have the good things and the finer things in life. Stop allowing society and social media and other people tell you that money is bad and you shouldn't have it, or being afraid to have it. You can have whatever it is you want in life, but don't get it twisted. It requires money. Money and oxygen are both on the got to have it scale. So don't be afraid of it. And if you need some help, you need some guidance, you need some assistance, some accountability, some help, we can coach you. We can help you put together, look at where you are financially today, what your goals are, see where the gaps are, and help you put together some strategies. So I hope this will inspire you to go out and start taking some action. And I would really appreciate it if you tune into my show, Living Wealthy with Robbie, on jd3tv.com. That's a new network by Mr. Dr. Reverend James Dentley and his beautiful wife, Cara Scott Dentley. They have this platform that allow us that have content to educate, inspire, and motivate to share that content with the world. So this is your opportunity to just go out there and take advantage of all the learning that you need to get your financial health, your mental health, your physical health, and your funny bone as well, because there's entertaining stuff there as well to get that stimulated. And I talk more about this subject in particular, how you feel about your money, in the fourth episode that's out there on the network right now called Wealth Mindset, Change How You Feel About Your Money. And if you're really serious about, excuse me, sorry, if you're really serious about making some changes in your financial life, to changing your financial status, to improving your lifestyle, I would like to invite you to join our financial empowerment Zoom either tomorrow, Saturday at 10 a.m., or we have one on Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. And if you are interested in attending, text me your name and which session you would like to attend. You can text me at 708-634-6784. I'll say that again, 708-634-6784. And if you do attend, you will be eligible for a free personal financial needs analysis conducted by myself or one of my team members. Because our goal is to help as many families achieve financial stability, as many families as we can to achieve that goal. Because we are all connected, and when we're financially stable, we can help the next person become financially stable. We can contribute to our society, and not just our local community, but our global community. Because it really doesn't matter what language you speak, what currency you use, what country you're from. We are all connected from a financial standpoint, and we can all serve and help each other. So I don't know if there's any questions we can take from the audience or anything, but I'm happy to take questions. If you put them in the chat, if you can put them in the chat, or again, you can reach out to me at that number at 708 634-6784. See, I don't call myself that often, so I have to remember what my number is. But there any questions? Dr. Marlena, do you have any questions?
Well, actually, I want to say thank you, first of all. I mean, I'll have questions, but can I just recap my takeaway?
Yes.
Because it was powerful for me. Money is a tool. So, and I love the hammer, and I can either take the hammer and build a cabinet or knock someone in the head. It's what we do with the tool. I just love that. And then money can't buy you happiness. And this is what I wrote down. Money can't buy you but it can buy me plane tickets to Punta Cana. So, okay. So I was just loving that. And I want to just say, it's that mindset. that, and it's in our unconscious mind that we have this fear of money, because even though we didn't finish, you said you don't have to be, you're not a Bible scholar, but you to finish out that we have to read the rest of the text. We get a little snippet and we run with it. My grandfather always said in our house, the charity begins at home and spreads abroad. And for 57 years, I'll be honest, 57 years, I thought that was a Bible scripture until I finally looked it up and I found out it wasn't an actual Bible scripture. Okay. And I'm 57. So we have to read to the end of the text to make it meaningful to our use of it. So money is not the evil part. It's what we do, or what we try and do is replace God with the money. So I'm loving this because we're hitting on all cylinders. And one thing that came to my mind is you were talking about money being a tool, and it's definitely something that we need. Like you said, like oxygen, you cannot go out on your good looks, as pretty as you may be or as handsome as you are, and just say, I'm showing up now, give me. No, they need to exchange money, Bitcoin, or whatever these new things we're doing. There's an exchange, right? Yes. So what came to mind is that God said to his children, if we want to be on the Bible scholar, is that, hey, well, I'm putting it this way. It says in the scriptures that even no matter how young or how old, we have never seen the righteous forsaken. His children is not going to have to beg for bread. And when we're his children, we get our focus off the money as being what we're going for. I say money every day. Money cometh to me because for the sake of my church. Money cometh to me for the sake of my children. Money cometh to me as a legacy so I can do more for others. And so I just wanted to again say thank you. Thank you so much for that. I did put the phone number in for them to text you. Tell us again, Robbie, they're texting you to be part of. What is it again?
We have weekly financial empowerment sessions. And so I will text them. If they text me and they want to attend, I will send them the dial-in information that they can attend those sessions and get some more financial information. And if they do attend the sessions coming from out of a bank, I will make sure they get a personal financial needs analysis to look at where they stand financially today. And then they can make some decisions on how to take the next steps. But that will be included for anyone from out with the bang too, to attend. But they have to reach out. That's the thing about it. You have to want it. You have to want it. You have to really want to stop being broke. Stop saying that I'm fine, or stop saying I'm okay, and you don't really know what that means. I hear that all the time. Oh, I'm fine. I say, okay, well, what happens if you lose your job today? How long will you be able to take care of your family? Or I'll hear people say, well, I hope to, retire in a few years. I said, well, hope is not a strategy. You need a plan.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
we have to stop, generalizing and being okay. And I hope this, and just take action and do it. It's not that complicated. If you can add, subtract, multiply, and divide, you can manage your personal finances. It's not that complicated. You just have to want to do it and want to learn it. We learn all these complicated songs. We learn how to use all these social media platforms. We learn how to do all of these things. But we won't learn how to balance a checkbook or calculate our net worth or things that are valued that we can pass on as a legacy to our children. So it's really up to you. It's up to the individual to want to make some changes and take the time and make the investment of time, energy, and maybe a few dollars to learn something that's going to give you a dividend in return.
Absolutely. I love it. And I'm going to join with you. I heard you challenge women. Women, we are guilty of not managing our finances and our resources. And that's some old seed that was planted that needs to be snipped out. So I'm going to challenge you to take advantage of what Robbie's offering you. Go and listen to some of the sessions. All you have to gain is a win-win-win for you. some new terminology, if nothing else. Like she said, balancing our checkbooks. We still balance checkbooks, even though we can look at our accounts online, and
Right.
people get guilty of now, oh, I have my balance here. But what does it really mean?
What
We're
does it
at the
mean?
end. What does it mean? Right. We're at
Right.
the end of the year. And how many of you have already set up your forecast for 2022?
Exactly.
And how many do you know your number? Do you know your monthly number?
Right. My
And so
question
something
is,
is, yeah,
my
yeah,
question is, do you know how much money you spent eating out in 2021?
absolutely.
So that
Absolutely.
you can, Mike and I, were busy, and we kind of lost. We track, track every month, but we
Hmm.
were busy traveling, and for 7 months I hadn't tracked anything, and
Hmm.
found out that we had spent $7,000 just on eating
Yeah.
alone. $7,000 in 7 months. That's a lot of, how eating half the hog, as they say, half the chicken and the cow too.
Right, right,
That was a lot
right,
of
right.
that was a
Yes,
lot of eating. So you have to know where your money's going so that you can stop it
yes,
from going to places that are of no value. But you can't do that if you don't
yeah.
intentionally want to do things that use your money in a valuable way. You can have anything that you want. I'm not saying. I
Hmm.
mean, I love eating out. I love good lobster, some steak and shrimp and crab legs. I love
Hmm.
the bottle of champagne. I love all those things. I love
Yeah,
traveling with that. But I also know that it takes money to do that,
right.
and I also know that I need to have a financial an emergency fund in case something
Hmm.
happens. So I know all these things, and put those things in place, you'll feel much better when you are out there doing those things and enjoying those things that bring you happiness in your life, because
Yeah,
you're financially secure and financially stable. So you're not robbing Peter to pay Paul, as they say, in the back in the day, or having to pass the hat, to cover expenses. As all this is back in the day stuff. For you
right.
young people that are listening, it's called GoFundMe now.
Hmm.
We used to
Yeah,
call it
yeah.
passing the hat.
Yes, a fish fry at the church. We're gonna
Yes,
have fish
that's
fries to
exactly.
pay for the
Mhm.
funeral. So
Right, exactly,
when we just
exactly.
need to set ourselves up better
Right.
for the future, and the future is still tomorrow, no matter what age you are today. So
Exactly.
what you can learn now will set you up for
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow. So
Right.
it's really important. And, you mentioned how you've been traveling and not looking at your financials. I did my son's financials for him of 1 month, and it was $600 he spent on Uber Eats and
Mm-hmm.
DoorDash and all of these
Mm-hmm.
things. And
Mm-hmm.
I told him, I said, well, you know what? If you're gonna, and I don't believe it's not giving away the money, because of course he got the food in return. I told
Mm-hmm.
him, give me half of that, and he can come here and eat. you know, I'll pack some meals for him.
And
But
more
you have,
healthy.
yeah, more healthy meals,
More healthier.
exactly.
Right. Right.
So we have to look at where we're spending, and that starts from knowing your numbers,
Right.
what's
Right.
coming in. And and if you have assets and your liabilities, you got to know how they're being balanced. That's the only time I talk about balance. Everything is about harmony for me, but you got to
Right.
balance them assets and those
And like that,
liabilities.
exactly.
So
And also to be fully transparent and full
mhm,
disclosure, I am a licensed financial professional,
yeah,
and I help people with setting up their. Our team helps people set up an IRA for a Roth IRA.
different.
We set up
Hmm.
insurance. We help people roll over if they're retiring, roll over their pensions and 401ks, so it's
Yeah.
protected. The money is protected and it can grow,
Yes.
because a lot of times we don't know and understand some of the financial options and instruments that are available to help you
Hmm.
grow your money in a tax advantaged way, right?
Right.
So that we're
Right.
not paying that guy named Uncle Sam who somehow is part of our family that we don't
Yeah.
know where he came from, who he's exactly
Right.
related to. But he tends
Hmm.
to get, he gets a lot of our money, but
Right.
he's not really related to our family. So my goal and job is to make sure he gets at least amount of money as possible,
Yes.
from the money that you've worked hard for over your lifetime. And, we have to start using different strategies to grow and build our wealth. And there are a number of financial strategies out there that we can help you with that you didn't realize it existed. And I know even I
Hmm.
didn't realize existed until I became licensed. And it's like, oh wow, if I had known this back then, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot, especially our young people, you're in a perfect position right now to start putting, redefining retirement. That's the other thing.
Hmm.
We have to redefine retirement. Retirement is about money. It's not about age. You have to stop
Right.
counting candles and start
That's a good
counting
one.
cash,
Yeah.
right? Because the more
Yes.
cash you have, you can stop working. Work becomes optional when
Hmm.
when you have enough cash to do
I
the things.
love that. I love that, Robbie. You said that retirement is not about the age when you stop work. You stop working. It's
No, it's
about
not right. It's not about age.
yeah. I love that because
It's
many of us think we put off not just we put off out traveling. Travel is my thing, and I hear people all the time say, "Oh no, when I retire, I'm going to do X. When I
mhm,
retire, I'm going to go where." No, go now while you're able body and you can enjoy
exactly,
it. And so
exactly.
you set yourself up to do that by
Mhm,
having a better relationship with your money. So
exactly.
I love the word residual. So like when I was down the other sick the last 2 days, my
Mhm,
money kept working for me. Matter of
mhm,
fact, I looked today. My son was like, "Mom, go in and buy you some more stock, in this particular, thing today." And I was like, "Oh,
mhm,
let me get in there real quick because my
mhm.
money works for me even when I'm down
Exactly,
and
exactly.
or when I'm traveling." But it wasn't always that way. I needed someone in my life like Robbie to say to me, "There's different options. Have you thought about this?" I
Mhm,
thought, 401k was it for my retirement until I
exactly.
was educated that yeah, take the matching part of the 401k, obviously, get the
Mhm.
match, but have you thought about these other options to
Yes,
put your money into that when you retire, it's a life insurance for you while you're kind of alive for your family if you go, but
exactly.
at the when you get to a certain age, this money is there for you to spend. And I
That's
was like,
right.
hey, wow,
Exactly,
you
exactly.
know,
And yeah,
yeah,
a lot of people don't know that. And
don't
it's like
know it.
all you have to do is take the time
Yeah.
to talk with a financial professional such as
Hmm.
myself,
Yep.
somebody on my team, and we can
Hmm.
look at where you are and what options are available and show you how your money can work for you and can
Yes.
grow and to protect you today while you're living, as well
Hmm.
as provide a legacy for your family
Yes.
if
Yes.
you're no longer available. And
Hmm.
so, there's so many things out there that so much unlearning, or I
Hmm.
should say relearning,
Yeah.
that from a financial standpoint that can take place
Hmm.
if you take the time
Hmm.
to do it. And
Yeah. Yeah.
and
That's
that's
good
what it
stuff.
is. So that's why I say if you're interested, reach out to me.
Hmm.
If you reach out to me, I'm going to help you to find some answers,
Yeah.
put some things in place to help you financially. But you have to want that. You want that to happen. I can chase people, and it's like, well, no, I found out that if you don't really want it,
Yes.
if you really want it, you'll make it happen. You can make
Hmm.
everything else happen, right? When you
True.
want something, we find the money, or we find the time, we find the energy to make it
We
happen.
do. We do.
So we have to start putting some of that into leaving a legacy and growing our finances so that we can have all the things that we desire and deserve in life. It's really not
Absolutely.
complicated.
Absolutely. And you do deserve it. And you desire, we know you desire it because it's human nature to desire to want nicer, finer things in
That's
life.
that's
And money is a tool that will get you there.
the tool.
So we thank Robbie for joining us on Out with a Bang here for our 15 days. Robbie, if I believe we're going to have you come back and you're going to talk to
Mhm.
us as we get later toward the end of our challenge here, just to reinforce some of what you've been talking about. Give those an opportunity to join you. Take down the phone number to 708-634-6784 and definitely chime in. Send Robbie a text so you can start that conversation now. We're doing this now before the new year so you can set yourself up for success in 2022. Also,
Absolutely.
tune in jd3tv.com and
Hmm.
look for Living Wealthy. You want to know what wealthy means. See, there's a dot between each letter.
Yes.
You want to tune in and find out what it means. I already know, but you want to tune in and join. And then again, challenging you women, those
Hmm.
women who have, I'll put it this way, you took on debt in your student loan because you knew there was something better.
Hmm.
Tune out, tune in to find out what is better for you and then why you have this debt and how to position yourself for success to reduce that debt and get rid of it quickly. It's definitely a way to be financially secure to do that and have a good money. Pastor Tori, are you out there? Are you going to join us? Any final comments? And we let this beautiful lady go on with her day.
Oh, there she is.
Hey, 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 hey. Awesome job, Robbie.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you
Loved
for
it. I
having
was
me.
really thinking, Robbie, though, while you were talking, that being a retiree and also a widow, you talked about women learn what to do with your money. My
Mhm.
husband was the one who really did a lot of that, and
Mhm.
I had to figure things out, and I had to figure out how I was going to survive financially once he was gone. So, people need to start thinking about after expense as well,
Yes,
because, somebody's going, and what's going to
we're all
happen when
going.
somebody goes.
Right, we're
Right,
all
right. But
going
somebody,
at some
you're
point.
right. But
Mhm.
somebody's going before the other one. And so
Mhm.
you need to have a plan of what to do if that happens. And I was definitely unprepared. I didn't have a lot of answers. I didn't know a lot. So I had to learn by sinking or swimming.
Mhm.
I had to learn while I was in the midst of the heat. And so I encourage you all, get with Robbie and talk with her about, what you need to do financially, what to expect if something happens, what can you do to make sure that you're okay if something happens to one of you all. You need to know those. Where is the money? Come on,
Mhm.
who was that Cuba Gooding say, show me the
The money,
money.
exactly.
Where is your money?
There's money.
Yeah, because it's something to go for somebody to leave and you not have those answers.
Mhm.
How are you gonna prepare for when one of you all go? Where's the money
Mhm.
gonna come from? That's gonna cost.
Exactly.
So
Mhm.
those are some things to think about as well. So thank you, Robbie. I
Yeah,
appreciate you.
Yeah,
absolutely,
thank you.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
look
can
forward to you coming
elaborate a
back.
little bit. Yeah, I can elaborate a little bit on some of those points in the next session,
Okay.
about
That's awesome.
Awesome.
retirement and because I want our young people to understand again, retirement is not about age; it's
Hmm.
about money. And stop counting candles and start counting cash.
That's right. I love
You
that.
know, it's interesting you say that because the Bible tells us that your children will possess the gate of your enemy.
Mhm.
Well, my enemy was always debt. My daughter that's not her enemy. She
Mhm.
saw where, I mean, she's possessed that gate, is what I'm saying. She
Mhm.
Hmm.
saw where I was, where we kind of, lacked, and she picked it up and went further. And so now she's setting herself up to retire. She says, I need to be retired by this age, and this is how much I need to make every month in order to make it happen.
Mhm.
So she's working towards that. Of course, it doesn't hurt that she also was a business major.
Mhm.
But I'm saying that she counted up the cost, and
Right.
she's doing
Mhm.
much better than we did in her
Mhm.
life. In essence,
Mhm.
she's possessing the gates that were our enemy, and she's stepping on their head. So it
Mhm.
does matter as a young person, what are you
Hmm.
doing now? You can't wait
Mhm.
to get old. What are you doing now? So thank you, Robbie. You brought some awesome points up. I look forward to your next
Absolutely.
session.
Yeah, so
Thank
do
you so
I.
much.
Can't wait.
All right.
Great
Awesome.
job.
No problem. Thank you, ladies, and you
Thank
all
you.
have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful session. I'll try to keep up with as many of them as I can, and I'll see you. I think when is it next Friday or when am I? No, next. It's my next
We,
day.
we
So
I got, hold on. I can tell you, I got to look at the
it's on my
calendar real quick.
calendar. So we have to
Yeah.
make sure till we confirm the time next Tuesday. We have to confirm the time on that. Make sure I have
Okay.
the right time. So just let me know
Yeah,
uh,
it's the 14th.
the 14th and what
The
time.
14th. Okay. Yeah. 11 a.m. is our signature
11.
time is 11 a.m.
Okay, all right. Because
Central.
it's 1
Central.
o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. It's you got me at 1 p.m. Central. So
Okay.
I'll
Question
put
for
that
you. What
11
time zone
o'clock.
are you in, Robbie?
I'm in Central, but you
You
have
are in
when you
Central.
did the schedule, it was 1 p.m. It came on my calendar at 1 p.m.
Ah,
you
That's why I
prob
was.
you probably Marlena thought 11 a.m. your time, and it was set up. on her
Yes,
calendar. So we need
yeah,
to
I
make
did it.
sure
I did it
because
in,
it is
yeah, I did
11
it in
a.m. your
Pacific. I did it. It is 11 a.m. Central, and I probably, you're right. I probably did it in Pacific time.
Right.
Okay,
Okay, so
all right.
I'll make sure it's 11 a.m. Then that's fine.
We better confirm Mike too.
What time?
I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know if we did a calendar.
Oh,
I did not do an invite for him, but it's always 11 Central time,
11
and we
a.m.
have him on the 17th and the 21st.
Okay, I'll check with him. He's in the back.
Okay,
Okay.
awesome,
Thanks so
awesome.
much. Great
All right.
job.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Okay,
ladies.
Robbie.
Thank you.
Thank you
Oh,
so much for
Bye bye,
everything.
everyone.
thank you for being a blessing, Robbie.
Bye bye,
Enjoyed
You're
you.
Robbie.
welcome. Thank you.
Bye, Robbie.
Bye bye.
Okay, so we're thanking God for Robbie showing up. She was phenomenal. You know, you all get with get with her. Let her help you. We're
Yeah,
coming back at 6 p.m.
yeah.
with Jaja and Miss Butter. You don't want to miss
I
that.
don't miss
That's going to
that.
be an awesome session too.
Yeah.
Literally, Dr. Marlena, every session
Every
has been
session,
phenomenal. Every
I just we've been
yeah.
going out with a bang on every session. I mean, it really has been.
Yeah,
It's just
we
it.
have, yeah, we
Oh, I've been loving it all. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I took good notes. I mean,
yeah.
this morning was, um, our best laid plans. God be like, y'all, thank you for showing up, being faithful, but I got this. Y'all move out the way. This is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to talk about.
Yep.
This is where I want you to
Yep.
roll. And someone needed it this morning, and it was Jaja, and she needed to hear your words this morning. There were other people out there, but I didn't know it was the anniversary of her a great
Right.
loss. And God was like, look, he
Right.
said, this is my one of my children that's hurting and needs to hear this. And he was like, you guys move and let the spirit take over and move as it will.
Yeah.
And so if someone else is out there listen, you have had loss, job loss, natural loss of relationship, divorce, wherever you're standing right now, loss of health, your good health, go and listen to this morning's session and then come right back and replay that session with Robbie, a woman of finance, a woman to help you, empower you to live wealthy. And it's an amazing
Yeah.
time, Pastor. It's just an amazing time
Yeah.
for us.
Listen, our plans did the exact thing that this conference is all about. Went
Yeah,
out with a bang
out with
this
the
morning,
bang.
but they came in with a blast. So thank you
Yeah,
so much.
yes, yes,
Until six
yes, yes.
o'clock,
6
Central
o'clock.
Standard, we will see you. May you
Yep.
have a wonderful day and may God's riches and best be yours. See you soon. Great job,
Pad,
Dr.
pen, and a
Marlene.
friend. Thank you. Thank you,
Pad,
Pastor.
pen, and a friend. Okay, bye
All
bye.
right. Bye bye.